So, when was the last time you took a road trip through Texas? If you haven't, you probably should. And when you do, stop at some of our rest areas. I know everybody talks about Buc-ee's and all the little roadside attractions and all that, but I don't go to Buc-ee's. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I used to when I lived in that area of Houston, like in Angleton and Brazoria County. I used to go into Buc-ee's all the time. Now I intentionally avoid Buc-ee's because I can't stand what it is. I can't stand what it stands for. I can't stand the way that they're doing business. But there are the roadside parks, and I love those roadside parks, the rest areas. Texas is a place with a lot of miles. And when you're driving down and you're passing a rest area or something, a lot of times you just tend to ignore it. But I like to get out and get a little fresh air. I like to learn a little bit about the history of the place I'm driving through, get a little snapshot of it. It's almost like a little minor museum, a lot of them. And that's pretty cool. It's a free minor museum on the side of the road that gets you to thinking. You get some fresh air. You can go walk the dog, maybe get you a cup of coffee, a little snack, something. You get back on the road. I think our rest areas are pretty cool. Now, not all of them. Not all of them are all that cool, and not all of them are all that great. But a lot of them, people have put a lot of hard work and a lot of effort into these rest areas to keep them clean, to keep them safe, to keep them secure, and to give you a little hint of the history, a little insight about the local area and the community and the history. It's kind of the best free entertainment you'll find on the road. My wife and I, when we're taking a road trip, one of the coolest things we like to do is stop in the rest areas, especially if it's one of the more built up rest areas and it has these places like this where you can go, you can kind of wander through it and, see what's going on. It's more than just a place to, get out and take a leak. Uh, you know, Most of them, I think Texas has invested a lot in this and for good reason. And it's not because the safety issue, I guess. Yeah, sure. It's a safety issue. You can pull off and get you some sleep there, whatever. Um, but I think we're locals a lot of times, and even tourists are probably way underutilizing these Texas rest areas. One of my favorite rest areas, probably up off of 287, up around Childress. That was a pretty cool one. There's a couple up around Lubbock that are really cool. I-10 has one here in Luling. It's really cool. I think that's probably my favorite. The one on 10 there, where is it, Luling? Right around Luling. That's a pretty cool one. This rest area has everything you need, man. I mean, and the fact that it has this little kind of museum thing built into it, man, it's so fascinating. And a lot of them do this. A lot of them do this, and I think you'll run into some great people, travelers, thinkers, random people. The rest area is kind of where you see the life of the traveler. And I think the rest area offers us a glimpse of our own lives, who we are, what we're doing, where we're at today. You know, it forces us to stop. It gives us something to think about on the endless miles. Like, what did this land look like? What did it look like before it was oil fields and farms and everything else? Um, who lived here? Who were some prominent figures? It gives you something to talk about too if you're in the car with somebody. These rest areas, I think, serve a far more important purpose than just offering us a safe place to stop and get a drink or walk the dog. They're kind of like little tourist attractions, little micro tourist attractions. Texas has long been known for a lot of great state parks. I feel like our rest areas are like little micro state parks, a lot of them, like with these trails and, different things that you can go up and down. Uh, it's kind of cool to think of it like a micro state park, but it is, and it's free. It's free. You just whip in there, do your business, get you a little rest, take a little walk. You feel great when you leave, a lot of them. Some of them are kind of sketch, but it's hit or miss, right? I think that has something to do with the funding to the local DOT region or something. But for the most part, I think these things are really fascinating. You know, I'm a fan of anything that connects us to where we're at and what we're doing, right? And where we're going. If it helps us along the way, if it helps us on our journey, if it gives us something to talk about, something to think about, something to read about, something to listen to. You don't know how many times I've gone to a rest area and then before I pull out, put on a podcast or an audio book, about history or something like that. Um, it gives me a little bit more of a reason to think about where I'm at, where I'm going, and what I'm doing. Um, and I'm fortunate because I guess I'm kind of one of these people that collects a lot of knowledge along the way, and I'm not afraid of that. So yeah, I'm very okay with this. What is your favorite rest area? Where do you stop at? If you're traveling through Texas, what is one of your favorite rest areas to stop at? I'm curious to know. And what makes it great? I think that's a conversation we need to have. Drop me a comment. Tell me what your favorite rest area is. So, again, I want to say thank you to all of you who've subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel because we're in a real growth period here of the YouTube channel. I can't thank you enough. It's a lot of work creating these videos for you, and I hope you're enjoying them and having these real kind of conversations about real things, about real life, and your subscription helps us a lot. And if you want to go deeper into the questions, I have the Substack, the American Question, that you can find on my blog, mattpierceblog.com. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for what you do for us. And you motivate us and you strengthen us to move forward with making this content as best as we can make it. You guys are really why we're doing this. So look, next time you're on the road to Texas, stop into one of our rest areas. Enjoy it. Take it in for all it's worth because they're an absolutely fascinating thing. And I think that you're going to really enjoy it. And I really feel like if you appreciate it for something more than just a place to get out and stretch, you're going to like it a lot. So, hey, thanks a lot. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, thank you. My big old Texas heart. Thank you.